What's good, guys? I know it's been a little bit, but I'm back and we are talking about Scary Movie. Preferably Scary Movie 6. It just dropped recently. I know it's been a minute. I'm talking about it a little late, but who is this movie made for? That is my question. I don't understand. I've seen the movie. All right, I went to the theater. I seen the movie, and I was a little confused. I tried to sit there and understand a lot that was going on. I was a little lost during it. I went with somebody else. They were also confused. The comedy was, something to be said. We'll get into it in a second. Basically, we're just gonna see, what is the movie, why I watched it. I'm gonna try my best not to spoil it, but I'm gonna drop a spoiler warning just in case so y'all don't get mad at me. But subscribe here if you're new, like the video one time for your boy, and let's talk about it. So what exactly is the Scary Movie for 2026? It is a parody movie. It is the Wayans brothers bringing back beloved characters into the franchise. I don't want to give away too much, but they made sure to incorporate the characters that were already from the past into the movie to ensure they have a future, I would say. So I feel like Scary Movie 7, whenever it does, come about, those same actors and actresses are going to be in the movie. That's all I'll say about it, because I'm going to try to keep it spoiler free as best as I can. I promise you it's as best as I can. I went to go watch it because I kind of grew up on the series, right? Like, it's good. Even without the Wayans brothers, like, it wasn't as good without them. But to understand who the movie was for, I feel like it was for the older crowd, like the people like me that grew up on the series, and we got some laughs back then and stuff, and it was funny. But watching it in today's age, I don't know what happened, but I seen it and I was a little confused because I was like, this doesn't seem like the same trajectory as the other ones, but it kinda is to a sense, but it felt like there was truly no plot. I know it was a parody. I understand that. It's a parody, but they all follow some form of plot, and it just felt like this one kind of missed the mark on that. It felt like there was something missing, and it was some plot, because I don't understand what the point of the movie was besides to be a pull on people my age. You know what I'm saying? Like nostalgia bait. That's what it felt like. There was a lot of that, and they threw in some like newer elements. They have like Megan and stuff like that. They threw in Kai Cenat. They threw them in there, but it didn't feel like it was necessarily necessary. They threw it in there for the younger audience, you know what I mean, just so they have a reason to go, but they didn't do anything for the film. Like Tyson Knapp being in there, all right, it didn't do anything. Like I had a feeling it really wasn't anyway, but it's just one of them things that stuck out that just like, I was like, why do we even need it? I'm not hating on him at all. I'm glad he made it that far, cool, but there was really no point in having him in there besides the marketing point, just to bring in the younger audience. That's all they used him for, because they cut that dude's head off, bro. I don't know if I'm pretty sure it's not a spoiler, bro. The movie been out for a little bit. That can't be one. Like, not specifically him, but just things like that were kind of like, okay, like we know what those are. Those are kind of the cash grabs, just trying to bring that younger audience. All right, and the older audience, they gave us that similar style comedy they had in the past, and I want to say very like similar style, like Cindy style. Like it's similar. Even some of the new characters have her style. So it wasn't, the style wasn't bad or anything before, but when it was in this movie, it didn't work as well. I feel like I don't know why exactly. If you can figure out a better reason why, you can let me know. I personally was not rocking with it completely. Like some of the things Cindy did was pretty funny. A lot of times it wasn't though. And near the end, like that was kind of, it was cringe. It was a big cringe. Like that's all I'm gonna say. It was very cringy. Like this whole thing was kind of cringy, low key, and that's unfortunate because I actually rocked with the scary movies. I thought they're pretty cool. So who exactly is the movie for? Is it for old fans? Did it capture that original feel? Did it respect the older movies? Did the nostalgia actually work? The nostalgia got me to go to the theater. I'll say that it got me to go there. I pulled up. My younger friend like came with me. I mean, he had like opinion on it too, but he, it's two different perspectives, and we're both like, what is this? Like, who's the movie for? Like, we both couldn't figure that out, because it didn't feel like it was for him. It didn't feel like it was for me. Like, where's it at? I do feel like they were trying to go for the older group. They did want to capture that original feel, I feel like, but I feel like they missed it high key. I feel like they missed what made those movies good. It wasn't necessarily like them being in it was something that made the movies decent back then, because when they got taken out, the movies weren't as good. Just them being there wasn't enough. They didn't do what they needed to the first time. They gave us probably, I would say, too much Shorty this time around. It felt like Ray was barely in the movie. I'll say that. Like, but he was extremely flamboyant, gay. I think then he came out in the movie or something, if I remember right. I don't know the spoiler, my bad. But he came out in the movie. Nothing wrong with that or whatever. But they made it a point of exaggeration over and over again, and it was just like, all right, it's exhausting at this point. And they just kept doing it. Like, and we already knew, like, we got subtle hints before. It was funnier when they did it before. Now they just like they're just kind of doing it, and it's just like it's overkill to an extent. If you don't agree, don't agree. But I feel like they kind of overkilled it a little bit. That's just my thought. For the younger audience, I feel like a lot of Gen Z won't understand some references and stuff. A lot of the jokes tried to be current. I don't think they nailed it. And it has been a while since I've seen the movie. I took too long to do this, honestly. But I don't remember a joke they told. And that's unfortunate because I feel like the other scary movies you should watch and like remember and recall like some part. I honestly seen the movie once and I cannot remember it, but I've seen other movies and I can remember it. You know what I mean? It wasn't memorable, and that kind of sucks because I feel like it's something that should have been. Like even as a funny comedy movie, like the only person that's really memorable is honestly Brenda. Like the actress that plays her. I love the character. Like honestly, Brenda's great. I can't even cap. That's probably my favorite character, and she made the movie probably the best, for real. I thought Cindy was going to be the person, but no, Brenda was. Now, is the movie actually funny? I think the movie is actually pretty funny. I feel like it's not their funniest. It is not the funniest scary movie. It's not. It tries to push it to be funny. It uses sometimes weird senses of humor to try to be funny, and it not everything lands. I was dead ass sitting there like not smiling or even smirking at some parts because it wasn't even funny, and I was kind of disappointed. I'm literally not trying to lie to y'all. Like it sucks how disappointed I was. I walked out of the theater like confused, disappointed. I'm like I felt like I wasted some money, bro. Like I was like, damn, I should like you know how many movies I'd be letting pass by just so I can watch it at home. On a TV back there, on here, on my iPad or something else. And I was like, you know what? Let me go to the theater. Let me pay this guap and go to the theater and go see this movie because the Wayans brothers came back and they made a movie. They threw Tyson that in there, you know, some streaming elements. I stream a little bit. And I was like, here we go. You know, we don't see this movie. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be awesome. Dog. Like I had my nachos, bro. My little bro had his popcorn, you know what I'm saying? Like we were chilling, bro. We were chilling. I was getting ready to laugh my ass off, bro. And it just didn't happen. It was okay. I feel like they did reveal at the end or whatever, very, very end credits, all that. White Chicks 2 is coming out. I'm not gonna say I don't have high hopes for it, but it might be too late just from what I've seen from Scary Movie. And that's so unfortunate to say because I actually want to see White Chicks 2. I actually do. With the way Scary Movie went, I don't know, bro. I honestly couldn't tell you. Like the other Scary Movies have me laughing a lot, but this one, does the parody still work today? Like that format? I feel like it does, to an extent. They've had other parodies that go straight to like Netflix and stuff. Not them, not the Wayans or whatever, but just in general. And I've seen some of those and they're pretty funny. You know what I mean? They work in their element, you know, for people that want to watch the comedies that are kind of like based off movies and stuff. And they work, they're funny. And I feel like parody movies can still work. They just kind of missed the mark with this one. But I don't feel like they shouldn't, you know, give another shot. Like I feel like, you know, Scary Movie 7, bring it on. But hopefully they like I don't know if they even took a hit for this movie or not, or if it just was all success. But personally I wasn't vibing with it. I can't even I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I can't do it. It wasn't the vibe. What did surprise me though was some of the comedy they did use. Like they mentioned like, you know, besides Ray being gay and stuff, like they use gay comedy, trans comedy. I'm pretty sure they use like gender fluids and shit like that. Like they made fun of everything for the most part. If I remember correctly, they made fun of everything. Like all that shit, I'm pretty sure. Even some, I'm sure there's political stuff in there. I don't remember everything. I've only had one viewing of the movie. When it drops on streaming, I do plan on watching it again to, you know, reacclimate myself to the movie because it has been a minute. But my memory for the movie is that bad because I didn't think it was that good to remember, and that's the suckiest part, bro. That's the suckiest part. The one strength they have for the movie is definitely Ghostface. Ghostface is like comedy. Like every time he's on the screen, for the most part, and I will say for the most part, he's pretty funny. You know what I'm saying? He don't even have to say nothing. Like he can just do the what's up tongue or whatever, like change the mask out, whatever. And it's pretty entertaining whenever Ghostface is on the screen. That's probably their biggest strength. Personally, just to end this off, I feel like if you enjoy the Scary Movie franchise in general, you should watch the movie, complete the series. It's not bad. It's coming on streaming real soon. Go check it out. I think it's worth the checkout. I don't think it was worth seeing in the theater, unfortunately. I'll give it a little credit because they've been gone for a little bit, and like, you know, that's something to go to the theater for whenever they come back for like something that they missed out on like the last like 2 movies. So I feel like that's pretty cool. But the movie didn't hit, like for me at least. So I'm gonna give it like it's like what, Scary Movie 6. So I'm gonna give it like a 6.5. That's I feel like that's pretty generous, honestly, because I feel like I should rate it lower. But I did like it for the most part. It was just missing the huge plot element. I feel like there really was no plot to the movie. It was just kind of, things were just happening. And in parody movies, things happen, but things were literally just happening. And I'm gonna have to rewatch it when it drops. Like I said, I'm gonna have to rewatch it and see and make sure. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed the plot. Maybe I did, because I didn't understand what was the purpose. Like, Ghostface is back. Is that the plot? Like, just Ghostface is back. He wasn't even specifically after anybody. Like, they kind of just went out. He kind of went after everybody, and he kind of just appeared and then disappeared. But it didn't really focus on him either. It was everywhere, bruh. But go watch it for yourself. Let me know your thoughts on the movie if you have seen it. Go ahead, drop it down below. I miss you guys. It's been a minute. You know, I'll comment back. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. Holla at your boy. I'm gonna be talking about Obsession soon. Stay tuned for that. Y'all be easy. Be safe. I'm out of here.